Yo, what's good, everybody? It's been a while, man. It's your boy Mike Ricks, man, part of the NFC South versus the NFL. And as you see, I'm your Carolina Panthers representative, baby. We got a lot to talk about. I know it's late. Sorry, y'all. I've been busy working, all kind of stuff, man. But thought I'd cam up, man. Just get some stuff off my chest. Get some stuff off. But let me set the thumbnail. Let me do some things around here. Let me get some stuff sent out, and then we'll get it going. It was crazy. Oh shoot! Yo, I just found out the Panthers following you, boy. What's good? I'm in there. I'm in there. Mm, I'll be right with y'all, man. Give me a little moment. Yo, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. No, I've been ghost, man. That just made my day right there. At the end. Yeah, let's do this. Recognize. Record. Boy, y'all funny, man. Recognize. We're gonna touch on that, man. Let's get it twisted, y'all. Mm-mm. I'm on my lock stuff tonight, y'all. Sun. I'm on my up top stuff. Son. What's good, son? Down this fluorescent. I'm gonna rock you. All right, give me a few moments, man. I'm about to get live. Hey boy, that turned bunny. Yeah, hit the Duchess. Yeah, who you facing? Oh, wait. That's right. I mean, you like tobacco. Y'all, man, I don't know what we're doing. But, hold on. Swear we're going to get on it. All right, I'm almost done, y'all. Is it all about the Benjamins, y'all? Is it all about the Benjamins? It can't be all about the Benjamins because we got some Benjamins, right? You want to be ballers, shot callers, brawlers. I mean, come on, man. Living the raw deal. It's all about the Benjamins. What? All right. Okay, take it home, nigga. Driving a crew, nigga. Watch by gold diggers. Boy, this thing crazy, man. I'm strictly trying to cop those. Yeah. Yeah. And they're gonna did it. Oh man. All right, let's get it. Take off. Hey, you mad boy. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Yeah. Remember anything in his pants with spars? What the blood clot? All right. It's enough of that. Hey, man. Dang. I ain't realized. Look, I mean, I knew her voice. Man, I knew her lyrics was nasty, but dang. I don't know, man. It's different when I'm older and got kids and a family. God, dog. All right. That's just the fan matches. Let me go back to number 50. All about the benches. What? Yeah. All right. What's good? It's your boy Mike Ricks, man, part of the NFC South versus the NFL, man. And as you see, I'm your Carolina Panthers representative, man. We're going to talk a little bit about this lack of free agency. What's going on with the Carolina Panthers, man? Scott, what's your plan, Scott? We need to know what your plan is, Scott. Ugh. Okay. All right. Let me get out my feelings. Give a couple shout outs, man. I'm gonna get right into this, man. Shout out to Kendall Hardy. What's good with you? Appreciate the love and support. Shout out to More Worship. What's up? Butts crazy. Look at Mike's face. I know. Always talking about it. Shelly Long. What's good with you, girl? Hey, you know I rocks with you, man. I don't know what went down a couple nights ago, but hey, I rocks with you, especially my women. Most definitely. Popping bullets. What's good, my G? Yeah, Shelly do be everywhere, man. 3-point guard, man. What's good with you? Panther Buzz FSU 23. Lack of free agency before free agency. I know. You always get real literal and philosophical and everything, my brother. But pump your brake. I'm with you. Me and you. I'm with you. We're gonna touch on that, man. Shout out to my co-host DJ Hop. Hopefully he can get his up in here. And we can start doing some stuff. I did him wrong. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm sorry. He was off and had some time, but I was working and was super busy when he was off, man. We just couldn't work out, man. As you see, spare the moment, man. Spare the moment, man. Caleb Dixon, what's good with you? B Amos 85, what's good with you? Chill, man. You guys really killing me. Who killing you? Look. All right, let's get into this, man. let's get into this real quick. Let me give y'all a little bit of my insight, man. Gotta get a little water. I know some of y'all be tripping, but I need a little quenching of the thirst. All right, so before we get started, man, I want to talk about a little bit about what happened in Carolina Panthers. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Free agency. We signed a couple guys, man. A couple guys, offensive linemen. One of them I actually really like in Erving, Cam Erving. And Pat came from the Jets, was a center at Minnesota Vikings. I heard he was a much better center there. 3-year deal. Seemed like we like him maybe a little more than Erving. Maybe that's why we had the longevity. Good signing. From what I hear from Jets fans, it was a little up and down. Some of them said he was really, really good. I wouldn't say, solid. Let me put it that way. Solid, not really, really good. Solid. Some of them said, good, gone. I'm glad he gone. We ain't want him on our roster anyway. He was just stealing money type of thing. But I'm going to give y'all a little insight on how I feel about that, man. I watched some people, a lot of people, Panther Nation out there, had some time to watch some stuff. Big Cat, Pat Coltrane, C3, Panther Nation, Shellatron. If I missed you, I'm sorry. It's a lot of us out here, man. But I got a chance to watch quite a bit of them and get the little insight. I personally like the move. Everybody want to call me Homer, Mr. Optimistic. Yeah, I can be that. But me personally, man, I like the move, man. I really like the move. I watched Erving. I think that's his name. Yeah, Erving. From Florida State. Watched him in college. I know y'all crazy. He was a center for Jameis Winston. Also played really good ball when they won the national championship. I mean, he was a second team All-American. So he was really, really solid coming out, man. And he was a first-round draft pick. And I'm going to touch on that first-round draft pick here in a little bit. He was a first-round draft pick. I get it. He went to the Browns. No one really was having success with the Browns when he went there. So I'm not just going to put it on him with the Browns. He played with Kansas City. He got a Super Bowl ring. He played with Kansas City. And he also was solid for the Cowboys, man. I watched this game against, I think it was the Eagles. Man, I watched him against the Eagles, and I mean, he was holding his own, especially in pass protection. I was really impressed. No one got there. No one got back there and sniffed their terrible quarterback at the time. I forgot what his name. I think it was a quarterback from James Madison. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. But he was solid. He was really good. I'm not going to say he was a great run blocker. I think it was pretty bad when it came to blocking the run blocking. But, hey, man, dude's a solid pickup, man. And if you ask me, you're talking about $10 million, and it ain't all of it guaranteed. I think it's only 8 of it is guaranteed. So, yeah, man, Cameron Erving, $8 million is guaranteed. To me, that's a steal for a left tackle or right tackle backup or whatever we need them for. It creates competition. It creates depth. And that's what we want, man. That's really what we want. We want more depth. People cried so much when we had Cam Newton about us not addressing the offensive line, not going out to get pieces, not trying to shore up guys. Guess what? This isn't an undrafted guy. This was a first-round draft pick that played at the University of Florida State University. He's a first-round guy. Now, if we would have picked somebody in the first round, offensive lineman, let's just say Slater, right, with the 8th pick. Oh, y'all be loving it. Oh, we got a we got a left tackle. We got our potential franchise left tackle. Well, this guy was a first rounder. Who's to say that he can't get better coaching here in Carolina and potentially be, maybe a left tackle for us? I don't know. Or in worst case scenario, he can be depth. He can be a rotational guy. We need depth at offensive line as much as possible. Games are won in the trenches. I don't care what anybody says. Other guy, I got to do more research on him. Sorry, I'm not as prepared on Pat. I'm just not. I'm not as prepared on him, but I need to go back and watch. One thing I do like about him, he comes from Ohio State, who I think have pretty good talent. Offensive linemen are pretty solid. I think it was a second or third round pick. But, I mean, we didn't get him I mean, he didn't break the bank either. I believe he had, what was it, three years, $13 million. That comes out to be roughly about $4 million. Yeah, 13.5. That's roughly about $4 million per season. And that's not bad at all for a potential guy that could start. And we don't know. I mean, he can start. He had some experience starting. The thing I'm concerned about these offensive linemen is that they're injuries. They have shown that they are injured, especially from this past season. Both of them played 7 games, if I'm not mistaken, last year. So that's one thing concerned. But anything in offensive line, you must be concerned about injuries. You have to be. You have to be. So you want as much depth as possible, and you also want to create competition. Also, let's get into what I believe, and I'm hearing this across the board. It was official today, even though we all knew yesterday. Zach Kerr, he became one of my guys, man. I really like Zach Kerr, not just on the football field, but also off the football field. I liked what he stood for. I just liked him, man. Something about him just stuck out to me, man. It really just stuck out to me. Thought he was a great team player. I thought he was, solid when he was in there, especially with us losing the depth that we have. I just didn't understand the move. I really didn't understand the move. Getting rid of KK, getting rid of some other guy, I just didn't really understand the move. Hamilton, I don't understand it. But I'm starting to maybe understand it a little more today. Let me give y'all a little breaking news. I haven't heard anybody say this, and if anybody did, I don't want to steal their credit, but I haven't heard it, so it's coming from my mouth. What if the Carolina Panthers see an opportunity of bringing back KK Short? I mean, you got to think. His free agency hasn't started yet, but we know it started. This legal tampering has been going nuts. But he hasn't been signed. I haven't heard any things about him. Maybe he comes back at a much lower rate, and we can get him to pair with Derek Brown, and hopefully he can stay healthy and play good ball. I do like some of the guys we have on the roster that's currently active that we might move to tackle. There was a guy I think we got from Atlanta by the name of, what's his name? Larkin. I thought Larkin played really good for us last year. But like we say, man, it's still a lot of time. It's a lot of opportunity. It's still a lot of ball players. I know the top name, quote unquote, players aren't left, but it's still, what's good, Kendall Francis? What's good with you? But it's still a lot of talent out there, man. It's still a lot of talent. And there are some positions I believe we must hit. And I think we can still do that. We can do that in the draft, and we can also do that in free agency. So, but ultimately, man, I'm going to let the phone lines be open. If you want to call in. We can chop it up. I just kind of want to give a little bit of my insight, how I'm feeling. Just talk to Panther Nation a little bit. But, yeah, man, Carolina's not doing a lot of wheeling and dealing right now. We're not doing a lot of shaking, not doing a lot of moves. Some guys I thought we should have went after, we could have gone after. But what's up, Camo Season? Oh, man. Fitter straight sucks, huh? Sucks straight up, right? Damn, well, y'all ain't playing no games. Is this the man first year, man? Give him some time, man. Give him some time. Boy, I swear, we ain't willing and dealing early. Then, hey, folks is not happy. Is not happy. That's something we've never really done. We've done these bargain shops, and we've been doing it as long as I've known. The Carolina Panthers do, especially over the last, 10 to 15 years. I thought it would be a little different with David Tepper. But who knows, man? There's still a lot out there. So there are some positions I think we definitely need to hit. Offensive line was primarily number one. It was straight up number one. So we got to hit those. We got to hit that. We got 2 already. Who's to say we brought back Trent Scott, who I liked a lot. I thought he showed up and played good ball when he was here. When he got his minutes. I'm hoping I'm hoping Dennis Daly can stay healthy because I really like that guy. I like him a lot. I thought he played well his rookie year. That was tough to come in as a rookie, as a fifth round draft pick and come in and do what he did. Thought he held his own, man. I thought he played really good ball. We got Greg Little. Don't know what's going to happen there. Fitterer seems to say like he's not really impressed with him, that he got to step it up or he's going to be gone. So we kind of got that feel. The good thing about what's dude's name, Pat, is that he's a center also. So that gives us more depth behind Paradis, which is good because Matt Rule does seem to be one of these coaches that likes versatile players, that swing guys that can play all over. So I think he fits the mold of what Matt Rule really wants, especially on the offense. Anyway, Matt Rule wants these guys to be flexible and they can play multiple positions. He wants these hybrid type players. So we've addressed that. I think it's still going to happen. I think we're going to address one in the draft. I think maybe even two, double down, who knows, but I know we're going to hit that in the draft. I think we're going to bring some of our own players back, potentially a John Miller, who had a solid season for us last year that brings more continuity because he can fill in as that right guard. So now you have Paradis, John Miller, Taylor Moton as your center right guard, left right tackle. So that should be straight. Then you got Trent Scott, or I doubt it's going to be Greg Little, but he can compete. Or you can get Erving that's competing at that left spot. And then you have Dennis Daly at the left guard and maybe another competition guy there. Me personally, there is a guy by the name of Trey Turner that's a free agent right now. I wouldn't bring him back. But unless he's humbled himself, if he's humbled himself, then I'll bring him back, definitely. And then we can see what we can get. But I'm not overpaying for this guy. As you see, we made a smart move by getting him off of our books, gave him to the Chargers, and guess what they did? Click, 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 click. He's gone. So smart move. Camo, I hear you, my G. He said we need to start making some big moves, all that for Deshaun. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and take this call real quick. Oh, my goodness. I know it ain't who I think this is. Hey, call back, C-Dog. If that's you, call back. This is my bad, man. Somehow the thing was tripping. Call me right back, my brother. I got to get you in on this, man, because I already know. There you go. I already know how you come. I love it. Yeah, man, but let me get back, man. So, I mean, we're going to make some moves. There's some secondary guys out there. I think we definitely need to hit corner. Safety, it's up there. I think we will draft a corner and a safety in this draft. But safety, I'm actually cool. I like Justin Burris. I like Jeremy Chan. I like Sam Franklin. I like some of the guys we actually have out there. But if we get a guy in the draft, I'll be cool with it because I think those guys can play. Let me give a couple names out here at corner that I don't think people, really know, or some of them do know, and they're still out there, and we can sign them. Sidney Jones is a guy that I really liked. Coming off of an injury, I didn't know how he would be, but he was 25 years old, long. I thought he had really good ball skills. He got re-signed by Jacksonville, so he won't be available. But there is Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward, I know he's older, 32 years old, played for the Chargers, but he's smart. He's a veteran. He's a Pro Bowler. He's a guy that can come in and give us some good run, man. So that's a guy that we may consider bringing in for competition. I'm not a big Trufant guy, but Desmond Trufant is out there. These are veteran guys we can come in to kind of shore up that spot, just like a Rasul Douglas did for us last year. Richard Sherman, I don't bring him in. He should stay on the West Coast, but hey, he's available. Justin Coleman got released by Detroit. Not a big fan of him either, but he's a guy that's out there. Who else? Oh, Xavier Rhodes is out there. Kevin King could be a very good potential guy who's got good size, young, 26 years old. Quentin Dunbar, who is out there. I mean, Federer knows him from Seattle. You got Troy Hill. Man, you got a lot of guys that are still available at the cornerback position. So I think we have an opportunity to really go out there. Yeah, C-Dog, call back, man. Call back. That's on me, man. Call again, man. Call. That was on me. My bad, man. Yeah. William Jackson, though, man. I heard he just got signed. Forgot who he got signed by. But I could be wrong. I thought he just got signed, picked up by somebody. But if not, he's still out there, too. So there's a lot of guys, man, that are available. A lot of guys. Artie Burns, he was a first rounder, and he didn't pan out, but he's a younger guy that could probably be coached and can come out and maybe be better with us, man. Kind of like don't want to say his name, Eli Apple effect. But there's a lot of guys in that cornerback position that we can come and get, man. I really like Axon Jackson, so I think we're solid there. So, yeah, man, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Yeah, so there's a lot of guys there. I know we didn't get the top name guys. I know some people love these big name guys. The tight end position. Well, I really thought the tight end position we were going to be reaching to try to get Hunter Henry. I thought his salary cap was going to be way too much for us to kind of take in right now. And we wasn't going to be able to outbid New England. We wasn't. And he wanted to go someplace where he could win and really play good ball. And that's what he did. He's young, and I'm happy for him. He gets to play with our former quarterback, and I think he's going to ball out with him. I think Cam's going to have a great season. I don't want to talk too much about Cam, but he's going to have a great season. Happy for him, man. I'm happy for him. Hope he can really bounce back and ball out. Chris Manhurst, man. Chris Manhurst, that's the other guy. Signed with Jacksonville. So what that's giving is Trevor Lawrence, additional protection back there because he's, if not one of the best blocking tight ends in the NFL. Hands down, stud. He's like an extension to your offensive line. Not going to catch a lot of passes, even though I thought he did much better this past year than his entire career. But he's going to give him solid offensive line play, additional offensive line play. So happy for him. We do have Kyle Rudolph that's out there. He's 32 years old. I know he's older, but he's a potential guy we can bring in. Jared Cook, really don't want him, but hey, he's out there. He's older. Tyler Croft, Tyler Eifert, Jesse James was with Detroit. He had some good years with Pittsburgh. There is going to be a guy. I'm going to tell y'all right now. And DJ and I talked about this. But there's going to be a guy. That's right. Oh, that's who signed him. That's right. He got signed by the Washington football team. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the chat. See, dog, man, I told you to call back, man. Yeah, man, shout out to the chat. Washington football team. That's who signed him. 3-point guard, Rim, my G. Yeah, man. Yeah, he got signed by them. Yeah, he's gone. But anyway, we got a couple guys. Everett is still out there. Ertz is still potentially out there for a trade. It's some guys out there that I really think. There's one guy, though, no one is really thinking about. I brought this up with DJ because we were talking about salary caps and all of that for both of our teams. Cameron Brate. What are y'all thoughts about Cameron Brate? Cameron Brate is one heck of a red zone threat. Sure-handed. Might not be the best blocker. But I mean, going to catch the ball in the red zone, which we struggled with tremendously, especially last year. And we could not get in the end zone. And I think by having a guy by the name of Cameron Brate on a not too expensive deal, he was getting paid $6 million in Tampa. I'm sure we can get him for about $4 million, something like that. I think we'll be good, man. We ain't got to pay $12.5 million like Hunter Henry. And I think he'll be a solid, good player for us. I do think they're going to keep O.J. Howard. I really think they're going to keep O.J. Howard, so don't think we're going to have that option. But Pitts, man, look, somebody proposed something to me, and I ain't too mad about. And I'm going to touch on that, man. Mac Jones, I know a lot of y'all don't like Mac Jones, but I like him. I've been watching more film and more film and more film. I've been studying this guy from high school all the way through college, seeing what is it about him. He has the it, man. And I don't mean that it just like his play is just that it. I mean that leadership, and he can ball. He's decisive. He makes, dark passes. He has it's just something about his character that I think is gonna take. Man, look, I think he can take this team pretty far, pretty far. But if we don't get Cameron Brate, and if we get, oh, here you go. Hold on, yeah.
Call from
C-Dog.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
C-Dog, what's good with you?
Hey, what's going on, my G? I see you got that call in. I like it.
Yeah, man, I'm doing a little something, man. Doing a little something. I was up and I had some stuff on my mind, so I thought I'd just cam up a little bit. Yeah,
well, I'm
man.
glad you went live. I thought Big Cat was going to go live, but let me get into it, though, man. Real quick, man. Let me just tell you my personal opinion, man, about our free agency, man.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
It sucks. It fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? Then to sit back and, God almighty, boy, Cam about to go ham this year. Cam about to have 2 tight ends, like when he had Greg Olsen and motherfucking Jeremy Shockley. You know what I'm saying? But, man, we got to tighten up, man. Why the fuck we got them even sign Erving? He's a fucking bum. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me we just saw this motherfucker, he going to be the starting left tackle. He's a fucking bum. Now, the other offensive lineman, he all right. You know what I'm saying? But goddamn Erving, he maybe already done went for $10 million on him. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like Erving?
Yeah. Hell no, he's a bum, man. That nigga's a fucking bum, dog.
Man, see.
He's a goddamn draft bust. My personal opinion. You know why he keep going I forgot what team drafted him. You know what I'm saying? But he been getting passed around like a goddamn sheet hole, dog.
Yo,
man, that nigga's trash.
All right. So tell me, I don't know many people that were drafted in 2015 or before to the Cleveland Browns that aren't somewhere else. That organization was really trash during that time, and he just happened to go to a terrible team. Then he went to Kansas City and played there for about 2-3 years. I think 3 years in Kansas City. He got a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, but he's not gonna start though, dog. You know what I'm saying? He's not a motherfucker. He's a rotational player on the goddamn offensive line. You know what I'm saying? But I would have gave that nigga that much money because he's a fucking starter. Period.
Wait a minute. Now he ain't get but $8 million guaranteed for 2 years. That's on average $4 million a year. That's a great contract for a left tackle, whether he's a rotational guy or depth or whatever it is. That's a really good contract for that kind of player, man.
Yeah, but he's a bum though, man. Look. Man, we gotta fix the line, man. How the fuck you gonna put a franchise tag on goddamn Taylor Moton and go sign this bum ass motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? They better hold goddamn old buddy fought to us. Old buddy goddamn Penny Sewell.
All right, well, see, I'm glad you brought him up. I got a question, man. What is it gonna take for Panther fans to really just be like, I'm happy? For one point, all y'all, not just you, but a lot of Panther fans were saying, we ain't address the offensive line. We ain't get Cam no help. We ain't do none of this. We go out, our first 2 signings are offensive linemen. I get it. It's not the top offensive lineman. It's not the best offensive lineman that we could have potentially got. But we got offensive linemen. We got 2 players offensive line. One was a first-round draft pick. This was a first-round draft pick. So it tells me that it's not guaranteed whoever we've drafted in the first round that they were going to pan out. But this guy here has some experience, to me, has some tape where he's shown that he can do a good job. So what do we want? We got to go out and get the best left tackle. We got to get Tyron Smith or one of these Trent Williams or somebody like that for Panther Nation to be happy?
Nah, man. We got to do better, man. Why we research all these goddamn contracts? It ain't gonna get nobody. Come on, man. Why you move money around for what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this is chess. This is chess, not checkers. A lot of people right now have been playing checkers, going and signing every little top free agent that they can possibly get, right? Because they got the money to do it. What if there is a plan? And I don't want to touch on it now, but we can talk about it. What if there is a legit opportunity for them to get a guy by the name of Deshaun Watson in a trade to bring him in, where we can have money to be able to still build and go get pieces to help fit him and his style and what he wants?
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't think we have a chance to get Deshaun Watson, man, because the Texans signed a quarterback today. They signed Tyrod Taylor. So got the Deshaun Watson probably about to be traded to the motherfucking Dolphins.
So hold on. The Dolphins.
I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah,
the Texans signed Tyrod Taylor today. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I heard that. That's what makes me believe that we have a better shot at getting him now than before. Because the Dolphins just signed.
I'm not giving up all them picks, man. I'm not giving up all them picks for goddamn Deshaun Watson.
Hey, I was there with you, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm with you. I don't want to do that either. But
the only thing I would give up is I would give up Teddy and goddamn 2 first rounds. That's it. That's my max. They want anything more than that. They can keep that motherfucker, man. We need to goddamn get Trey Lance. Yeah.
Well, now, but I think this makes it more realistic for us, because I know you mentioned Tyrod Taylor. With Tyrod Taylor, he has history with the pass game coordinator and the head coach there. The head coach was there, I think, when he was in Buffalo or something like that. So he's familiar with him, so he knows Tyrod Taylor. But also Miami just signed Jacoby Brissett. So why would they go get Jacoby Brissett and Deshaun Watson when they got a backup now to Tua? That's what I'm saying. Jacoby Brissett is a backup to Tua. Like, you got Tua on a rookie deal. You don't need to go out.
Well, look, though. Them boys might got them trade Tua. They might trade Tua to the fucking Texans, and then goddamn Jacoby gonna be goddamn Deshaun backup.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money for the quarterback room for them, man. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, they got money, man. They got money and hell of picks.
Right, but they still need to build the rest of their team. I mean, I know Jacoby getting paid.
Man, their defense already right. So their defense ready. What you mean? All they need is really is a receiver.
You don't think they also need offensive line help? But I know they made some moves.
Offensive line help.
Yeah, they made some moves. And I
shit. No, they really all they really need is a goddamn receiver. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line ain't trash. You know what I'm saying? They get Deshaun Watson, man. I don't know, man. They some hypotheticals.
They could get Deshaun, but I have a strong feeling that Miami is about to go get a guy that the Raiders just let go. The Raiders just let go of their center. It's on the tip of my tongue. I think in my opinion, he's the best center in football.
No, the best center in football. I forgot what team he went to. He just left the Packers.
Nah, I like this guy better, man. This guy has given up 3 sacks since 2015, and he started in almost every game. 3 sacks. And I'm telling you, this guy here is the best center in football. What's his name? Rodney Hudson. Rodney Hudson. That's his name, Rodney Hudson. Check him out, man. If you don't know, check him out. He just got released. He asked to be released by the Raiders. He said he'll void his guarantee, some of his money and this and that. And they
I heard about that. But
So now I got a winning culture. I'm looking at their depth chart. They have all the defense. They have what they need as receivers. They can get that in the draft because they got the 3rd round pick. Or they can even go get that left tackle. But I doubt they go there. But they could. They could get that left tackle. and bring him in for more protection for him. To me, I just think it's smart for them to just build that offensive line because they have the capital and just continue to get as many pieces or whatever they need to make this team as dominant as possible. You just seen what New England just did. New England just went in and made a kill.
Look. We see what Bill Belichick just did, though, man. Bill Belichick got this is the first time he really spent some money in like a fucking decade, dog.
Well,
Bill Belichick got them scene, got them Tom Brady with a ring. He said, hey, man, Bill Belichick said, I'm coming back. Got that, man, the Patriots got that coming with bass this season, period. They got two. They got the two best tight ends in the fucking free agency, dog. That shit's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Man, oh my god. And they got a dude on defense. I mean, they got all the opt-outs coming back. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Well,
and we gotta play them in Charlotte. I will be there, but man, I'm gonna be at that game, man. Guys gonna be crazy. God, somebody.
Yeah,
Mike Ricks, real quick, man. Do you think we're gonna get blown out that game, or do you think Camden's gonna have a fucking Superman type of game that game?
It's a little too early for me to pick. I got to see what's on the Panthers roster, but I do believe he gonna show his ass. He gonna show his ass. I do believe.
Tight ends with Josh McDaniels.
Yeah. And
do you remember? Look, real quick. Do you remember when Tim Tebow beat the Steelers in the playoffs?
Yeah.
And the very next week, they had to play the goddamn Patriots. When they were on that two tight end set, man, they whooped their ass with that shit, dog. With fucking Aaron Hernandez and Gronk.
Yeah.
Killing their ass all game to cook. Man, look, man, because that dude, John Smith, he can block. They can put him in the backfield. Oh, man. Bill Belichick got in his bag, man. But why the fuck we didn't get in our fucking bag? I mean, my thing is we don't restructure these contracts and we ain't really make no fucking moves, man. Like, what the fuck?
But that's what I'm saying. They got it. They can't just restructure contracts just to sit on that money, see, dog. They can't do that, man.
Man, we dumb as fuck, man. They already done did because we ain't gonna get nobody. And we didn't get a fucking tight end. We could at least go get old buddy with the Spain. Goddamn,
who? Jared Cook.
Fuck is it? Yeah, Jared Cook. Like, what the fuck? He's out there.
But he's still out there. That's what I'm saying. He's still out there. He old, though. He's 34 years old. If you want to put a 34-year-old out there to run routes and, I don't want that personally. I'd rather go get one of these.
Is he can run a fucking route? What the fuck? Every time we run a fucking backyard route and shit.
Oh, I know he can run routes. I'm saying he's 34 and running routes. There's a lot of guys.
I don't give a fuck.
There's a lot of guys still out there. Gerald Everett is out there, 27 years old. Very good tight end that played with the Rams.
He gonna want too much money. We ain't gonna be able to afford him.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, what about Kyle Rudolph that played with the Vikings? He's still out there.
He's not fucking Jared Cook.
All right. So what about Cameron Brate? Because I believe Cameron Brate's gonna be gone from Tampa. They just signed Gronk. They got OJ still. They don't need his contract. His contract is no dead money. They can cut him and free up $6-7 million. They're going to have to free up money to be able to get Sue and everybody else that they're trying to keep. What's wrong with him?
He's all right, man. I mean, God, somebody, boy. We're in a bad predicament, boy. And then, you know what got me all fucked up? Oh, but talking about he's going to be fixing goddamn... He said he want to fix some of our holes in free agency, but I don't see he didn't fix anything.
Man, we had no offensive line, and the free agency don't start until the date because we didn't jump in the legal tampering period. We ain't do nothing.
He really didn't, man. We really didn't do nothing, man. I mean, look, that dude Erving, man, that was a waste of goddamn contract, man.
See, dog.
That dude is a bum. If I say you're a bum, you're a bum, man. You know what I'm saying? I said the same shit last year with goddamn
You did.
And some of the other motherfuckers. You're a bum.
You
know
did.
What I'm
you did.
If you have not splashed since you've been in the league for so long, you're not going to do anything. You are what you are. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know.
So
I mean, God, so
So answer me this: what if Everett happens to be? I mean, Erving, because Erving did win the Super Bowl. Thank you, 3-point guy, Ren. I mean, yeah. But what if Erving just happens to be depth? What if he happens to be a backup left tackle or backup right tackle to Taylor Moton? Would that be a good signing? Because I think he can be very solid for that role. And
Mike Riggs just got them draft your fucking goddamn left tackle in the draft. Goddamn get your young motherfucker. First of all, you supposed to goddamn be going young anyway. And you supposed to be so much of a fucking teacher. Fucking knock out the park in the fucking draft. What the fuck?
But why can't that still happen? Why can't that still happen?
But look, man, to me, I don't know, man. The dude is a bum. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't sign no fucking bums. That's all I'm at. You know what I'm saying? We doing the same shit we used to do in the fucking past. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm not even wasting my money on that motherfucker, man, because he can't. For what? For what? I'm not even giving him that fucking money to be a fucking backup. For what?
Hey, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm saying, get your quarterback killed out there, dog. Go look at his PFF. He's a bum.
What?
Man, that one watch this up, man. Sometimes of the video earlier and put up old buddy PFF. That nigga is trash, dog.
See, I don't care nothing about that PFF, man. I can't stand Pro Football Focus. They get on my nerves. There's a whole bunch of geeks that ain't never played football in their life using some type of analytical mess. That's what I ain't kiss my butt. I don't care nothing about them, man.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. If the man got them, if the man be starting next year, I'll promise you that left side it would be a problem.
Nah, man. He pass blocks, in my opinion, really pretty good, man. Pretty good.
It would be a problem, sir. If he was so fucking good, why the fucking Chiefs ain't keep his ass? They just let two fucking offensive linemen go.
Because the Chiefs got better. They got Eric Fisher. That's why. They had Eric Fisher, so that's why they let him go. They got an upgrade.
So my thing is, man, why I'm not sitting here on a Super Bowl team, and I know I don't got to start.
Because he went.
Man, come on, man. It got to be a red flag that they keep that motherfucker, man. He's a bum.
Man, he played 3 years. 3 years with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Two offensive linemen and free agents, and they just let the motherfuckers walk. Man, it's basically let that. And they didn't even let you know that motherfucker's a bum. They just let two motherfuckers go. Two fucking starters from last year. And they went and got old buddy from the Patriots, Tooney. He gave him a whole bunch of fucking money, like 80-something million, whatever.
So,
you know, like, come on, man. He's a bum. Man, I don't know, man. We fucked, man. They didn't even have a fucking quarterback. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Come on, man. I don't know what we're going to do next season. I don't know, man.
It ain't over, see?
Look, Mike Rick, the motherfucker, they got them let Zach Kerr go. Man, we already got them. We ain't got no defense. The only defensive tackle we got now is fucking Brown and got them Brevion Roy. So that means we can't even run the goddamn 3-4 defense. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, we got, look, man, I'm fucking lost.
All right.
What we doing in this process?
That move right there, that's the move that I'm really not feeling. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. That Zach Kerr move was the move that I liked him a lot. I liked him as a player. I liked him off the field. He was a nice guy. The cat used to tweet me back, do all kinds of, I really liked Zach Kerr, man. I thought he was a good guy. Thought it was good for our team and our locker room. Rotational guy. Especially when we're not deep at that position.
We were paying him a lot of money.
Right.
All right, come on. That was dumb.
But the only thing...
Like, come on, man, look, like Fake Cat said this shit last night, man. We got more fucking holes now. And if this shit true about Obama want more money, then we might lose him too. But we got them rotation depth, man. We ain't got them trouble, dog.
Yeah, but what if they have something with KK? What if they got word that KK been seeking and looking and hasn't been getting much attention, and he's willing to take what Zach Kerr made to come back to Carolina?
I don't see it.
All right.
I don't see it because they ain't went nowhere yet.
Okay. But I really believe.
Then. I'm just don't want that motherfucker back. He's done. He's done.
Yeah, I get
That's what I'm
that.
saying. We already short on defensive tackles. How the fuck you gonna let Kerr go? That means, nigga, we gotta get at least 3 or 4 defensive tackles, period, before the goddamn season get here. If you want to run multiple defenses, because you couldn't do it last year, you got them Christian Miller got them opted out. He was the only really with Marquise Haynes. I got them outside. He's a 3-4 linebacker. But man,
We're
I'm
going.
lost about our direction we going, dog. I'm fucking lost right now.
Yeah. Well, let's just give it some time. It's early, and we'll just see what happens, C-Dog. But C-Dog, I'm gonna give you the last word, man. I got somebody else wanting to call in, my G.
My last word, I'm trying to just keep hope alive, man. Because free agency and everything just started, man. But just, man, I don't know, man. I cannot take another fucking season like last season, dog. I really can't. Not as a fucking fan. It's just, man, I don't even know, Mike Ricks. This shit right here.
Yeah.
It will stress you out, bro. You got them with die hard fan, man. But, I'm just gonna see, man, the process, man. I hope things get better in this free agency, man, in this draft. That's all I can say, man. But big up to you, man.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
glad you've been live on with YouTube. I already been getting notifications, man. All the reason I seen you been live, cause we got them on YouTube and seeing you live and everything,
Yeah.
The NFC South versus the NFL. Shout out to Mike Ricks, all you people up here on your platform, and keep continue to do great things, my G.
I appreciate that, my dude. One love, man. Always, C-Dog. Always.
You know it.
Appreciate the support, my G.
You know it. All the time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. That's my boy C-Dog, man. One thing about C-Dog, man, he gonna be authentic and give everything that he feels. That's why I mess with him, man. He don't sugarcoat. Whether I agree with him or not, I gotta respect his opinion, man, because he go in. Appreciate the love and support, man. Hey, Panther Buzz FSU 23. I gotta post this real quick. So what is this BS lawyers in Texas claiming he's a sex predator? You talking about Deshaun? Panther Nation, get behind Deshaun F. These BS lawyers in Texas. It's defamation of character they're doing to my man. I haven't heard anything about that, man. Let me check my phone. I've been on this live. I ain't heard anything. Let me find out. What's going on? You're talking about shut it down with the quickness. Oh, Deshaun said something, though. You don't want Mac Jones. I know you don't want Mac Jones. Say, as a result of a social media post by a public seeking plaintiff lawyer, I recently became aware of a lawsuit that has apparently been filed against me. I have not yet seen the complaint, but I know this. I have never treated any woman with anything other than the utmost respect. The plaintiff's lawyer claims that this isn't about money, but before filing suit, he made a baseline 6-figure settlement demand, which I quickly rejected. Unlike him, this isn't about money for me. It's about clearing my name, and I look forward to doing that. So you mean to tell me right now that they are really, really bull driving on Deshaun Watson in Texas because he don't want to be there? So they're going to play real dirty because you know that's the South. Pat Coltrane be calling folks Southern Mafia. You talk about Southern Mafia, let's really talk about Texas. So you mean to tell me because he don't want to be a part, they really going to go down there and act like that and just try and tarnish this man's character? Come on, man. Come on. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. So what this further lets me know is that he getting up out of Houston, and this is going to help them and the media. You got look what they doing. All right, so check this out. They about to tarnish this kid's name, this young man's name, just so whenever they get ready to trade him, some people, because you know that's a very red southern state now, that they got certain roots down there. I don't want to really get into it. So they're going to try to tarnish this man's name just so when they trade him, that's terrible. That's terrible. Well, come on to Carolina. Come on home. Let me get this call real quick.
DJ. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Uh-oh, it's my boy. My boy. What's good, Ninja?
The champ is dead.
Oh, man, you talking about this.
What's going on, man?
Ain't nothing. I was going to call you, but I was like, you know what? I got to get some stuff off my chest. So I'm going to go live, and then I'll hit you up later on. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you give me a call so we can talk about this?
Man, first of all, shut that damn Deshaun Watson bullshit up right now. Okay? I don't believe it. I don't like kicking no girl under the table, nothing like that. But I don't hear no legs about it. You gotta go deep right now to find that.
Well, nah, he just posted it on Twitter.
Nah, you trying to get ahead of it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all it is. I mean, like I said, I don't. Nah, that's just too many things. We talk about stuff like this. When stuff like this happens at times like this, I'm sorry, there's not a lot of, I don't know, legs to stand on it because it doesn't match up. It just doesn't match up. It just sounds too perfect. What is Texas trying to do? The Texans are trying everything. If they let go of Deshaun Watson, there's going to be a blowback with the Texans because they've already lost. Why? It's already been a back and forth between the organization and Watson. They gotta smear him so everybody's gonna what Watson's on.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So what this gives them is somewhat of a way to get rid of him so they don't look as bad because we know how the South is, especially deep South in Texas. So you got a certain type of people that feel a certain type of way with things like that. So this can say, you know what? Look at him. Get rid of him. Oh, I don't want to go where I really want to go.
You know what I mean? They're probably starting to realize they're not going to get as much as they thought they're going to get for Deshaun Watson. For how long they've already sat on him.
Right.
With the draft.
Right. So he's coming here. So
people are going to be hot. Like, it's going to be one of those drafts, like, did they really give up this for that? If somehow they can scare this man, they'd be like, oh, well, we didn't want that sexual predator here anyway. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
But that's what I'm saying. So, Dave, you already think my owner, right? You think my owner is a crook. You think he's that kind of guy, right? So you can't tell me what he wants. He won't do what he got to do. That's what I'm saying. If he wants what he wants, you mean to tell me he won't go after a guy like that and do whatever he can to get him? And people getting mad at us because we ain't made a bunch of big signings because we waiting on Deshaun that we gonna probably get here in the next few days because they gonna start shipping him off because of this bullcrap allegation. And we probably gonna get him for what? 2 first rounders this year and next year, and maybe a 4th or something. So we gonna I can see this happening. 704, what's good with you? My bad, I missed you. Christian McCaffrey, Bad 20, what's good with you? Alex Fisher, what's up with you, my G? Appreciate that. Talking about top draft picks don't want to come to Carolina. Have you lost your mind?
Yeah. I lose my mind. Right now, you're like, come on, man. You got to be real about it right now. It's just not somewhere people want to go at this time.
Well,
right now.
Draft picks.
Not in that period right now.
Draft picks don't damn matter.
I'm not trying to take a shot You know that shit.
Draft picks don't matter. They gonna come wherever they gonna come. Well, free agents, yeah. We got to
talk about draft. That's all free agents.
Well, you put draft pick in the daggone chat, so that's why I said it. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm putting it on. Top draft picks don't want to come to Carolina. I'm putting it on the screen. That's my point. But look. But look, this could be, and I know this is wrong, y'all. I know I'm spinning this the wrong way, but I gotta spin it the right way for it to make sense. Because this is the Carolina Panthers, and Buccaneers and Saints and Falcons. It's the South. But right now, I'm talking about the Panthers. So I gotta talk about this making sense. This right here, I'm telling y'all, by signing Tyrod Taylor, I know he's not a legit quote-unquote starter, but that gives them depth. They can get our number 8th pick, bring a guy in like Trey Lance, have Tyrod be a starter for a year or somebody like that, and they can get a quarterback that they can groom that can be their future. It's not like they haven't been active in free agency and haven't brought a lot of guys in that can help that football team be a little better. So now this gives them the opportunity. Oh, look at Deshaun. He's in the news. There's all this stuff that's about to come out. You know, people are going to start talking about it left and right, even though it is bull crap. You know how this society is now. They don't care. Any publicity, bad, terrible, whatever it is, they can talk about it, they're going to talk about it. So now they can wipe their hands with this quote-unquote predator, which we all know is some bull. And he can come to Carolina. And now we got the cap set up to where it's not going to hurt us because we still got plenty of money that we can still get free agents after we get him, and we can see what he wants and kind of talk with him, the kind of players that he may want, and we can go get those guys left. It's about to happen, DJ.
I don't know. Like I said, if all right, let's say devil's advocate, when you're saying it, is what it is, right? You know, he's being, obviously, you got to play both sides because this is something that's coming out, and you can't just throw away everything you can't be true, right?
Right.
But it sounds very unlikely, right? So, looking at the situation, this can work as a double-edged sword to the deck. Because it might now cost more. Like, why? No. It might get to a point where it seems like, why would I take somebody that has these allegations out for him and give you all this stuff for Deshaun Watson? You know what I'm saying? They can be setting it up to the point where they might have to just move on from Deshaun Watson.
Right.
They also just have to move on or just take something very, very small from him. The Houston Texans, no matter how you look at this, letting something like this get out is damaging to them. And if the price tag comes down to Deshaun Watson, like you said, Carolina's not going to be on the place that's going to want Deshaun Watson.
Right. But he also has a no trade clause. But what we can offer, let's say the price tag does go down, we can still offer quite a bit to get them. So then we can outbid these guys. That's what I'm saying. Because we were already put out there to be like, well, we'll do whatever to get them. So that means we're willing to do that even without any of this going on. So teams, they're going to be wanting to get them because the market might seem to be a lower because of these allegations and certain people might not want them. I don't think that's going to change anything with Tepper. He's still going to go out there and offer 2 to 3 first round picks or whatever so we can get Deshaun. And we don't have to give up any players, but we can just give up draft picks? Bruh, they don't have any. They don't have a first or a second round this year.
Yeah. Like you said, before you know what I said, man, you could be flirting with fire because you talked about it before. Because I know he said something about possibly getting Trey Lance. But
It's yeah. That's the biggest splash y'all can probably make this offseason. If y'all gonna make it or not, this is the one. And if y'all decide to go that route, you mortgage a little bit of the future that supposedly you're supposed to trust Matt Rule to use and build a team.
Right.
So,
but what also happens is Deshaun Watson becomes an attraction. Right? You said it yourself. Free agents don't want to come here. How do you change that? How do you change that?
Yeah, I mean, look, like you said, what you're giving up for Deshaun Watson, you're not only paying for Deshaun Watson, you are mortgaging, mortgaging the future for the ability. Like you said, you're gambling. It's a gambling move. I'm saying it's one of those moves that it's a Tom Brady. I'm saying it's like a move to make people be like, hey, look what we're doing here. We have this shiny piece that everybody loves. Come play with them. Yeah, it could be a situation easy like that, especially if the first year y'all show a lot of promise to Deshaun Watson at the quarterback position. So, so you could be those draft picks, their capital is being up because of what Deshaun Watson could bring in the coming years. But y'all also got to re-sign him as well, right?
Yeah, but he's already signed for what? The next 3-4 years?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's only played 1 year under his new deal. So he's gonna be there with us for many years. So we just gotta treat him right. We can go out here and get him some pieces, some stuff that he can play around with, all of that. He said free agents. You say free agent. Hey, Panther Buzz FSU 23. I love you, my G. I really do. But boy, you are really, really, really Carolina blue and FSU, I guess. The Charlotte Hornets and Carolina threw in and out. Because sometimes, my G, you got to look outside of where we are right now. And Carolina is not a very attractive. Yes, the Carolinas itself. Yeah, great place. Look at that beautiful city back there. Great place. But as a football team and an organization, a lot of people, the narrative has to change about Carolina right now. A lot of people are still looking at what was done with Cam Newton. A lot of people are looking at all the buzz that's happening with Teddy Bridgewater and all that talk about him shooting them down. David Tepper, and then we've had 3 straight losing seasons. I mean, it's a lot going on. This is not Matthew Stafford we traded for, and he said he did not want to come here. And I'm not saying we really needed him anyway. But that tells me that we've been in hunts for a lot of these players, but a lot of these players are turning us down to go other places. I see reports all the time. The Carolina Panthers made a bid for this, made a bid for that, but he chose here. I don't think it's just what we're offering. I think it's because just like DJ said, I think it's not a very attractive place right now as it stands. Until you start winning and build a winning culture, it's going to be like that. And DJ would know. He dealt with this in Tampa for many years.
Yep.
All right, man. If it's so attractive, please put in the chat why we haven't got, or anybody that we've gone after and that's been so-called a quote-unquote bigger name player, why haven't they signed? Give me an explanation for that. If you can do that, then we can talk. But until then, we can't, because it's not happened. We went after Archery, the DN tackle from Indianapolis. The guy is from North Carolina. He's from North Carolina. He's not too far from Charlotte or Concord area. Well, I forgot the name, Albemarle. He's from Albemarle, North Carolina. But yet he didn't want to sign here. Why is that? And went to Tennessee. Come on. Anyway. Anyway,
Hey, Mike. I mean, you gotta also, like I said, you know that, Mike, because you've talked to me for a long time, right? So it's new territory for Carolina Panthers fans. For probably a long time. I mean, like you said, you're talking about a whole transitional change from owner, front office. I mean, I think our front office kind of takes the same. And coaching staff, leaders of the team. Everything is different. Nobody in the NFL guys really knows what this is yet.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Until they show what this is, which can be a Deshaun Watson style move. Be like, look, we got Deshaun, and y'all can have, a year that's very competitive and show a lot of promise and all that good stuff and be able to, have Deshaun go out there, get on the phone. That's one way to do it. Or you got Matt Rule, who's supposed to be somebody that's able to, look at talent, bring a lot of great, good talent, and y'all become competitive in next year based off of, drafting correctly and, like you said, getting these kind of mid-average free agents that you probably got to pay a little more to.
Right.
And that's how you got two different ways of how you're going to have to build this thing.
Yeah, you hit it on the nail. And I just want to send something out, man. Robbie Anderson, he wants to mention Robbie Anderson as far as a free agent. Christian McCaffrey, you do understand the only reason why Robbie came was because Matt Rule pretty much saved his life.
I was about to say it. Right.
So
it's a true connection.
That's the only reason. Because Matt Rule saved his life and he knew he could go do what he did with Matt Rule. So yeah, there we go. And they say it could be money, could be the quarterback situation, it could be a bunch of things. But Richard Sanders, I believe, said something very intelligent. It's a small market area. So unless you're winning or have a culture that's showing that promise to win, like DJ's saying, then that's not going to happen unless you really are overpaying for players. And I think that's going to happen for us, but we have to be patient and just let the thing happen. And I don't know if it's going to happen from Deshaun Watson. And if that doesn't happen, do we just go through the draft? I trust Matt Rule. I really do. I trust him enough to build a team that can compete. Even though right now I'm looking at some things and I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking the trenches, they got to have a plan because we got rid of quite a few guys, especially defensive tackle depth, and we didn't have that. And we still getting rid of guys? I don't know what the plan is. I have no idea. But I'm hearing KZ, where we're potentially going after KZ. Not KZ, Keanu Neal, I think. Guys, I don't know, man. We'll see. It's early. It's early in free agency.
Average mid-tier players. That's what you're going to go for. You probably got to, give them a little bit more of an incentive. And they're going to come. I mean, that's just what it's going to be right now. But like you said, if you get a Keanu Neal, I still think there's a lot of value in a pick like that, even if you do have to overpay a little bit for him, even though he has an injury history. So, but that's probably what might have to happen.
Right. It could, man, because you can pick.
I want to get back at the Falcons.
You say what?
And also get back at the Falcons. He probably got a little bit of that too, because he got some dog in him his dance though.
Yeah, he does. He does. And speaking of getting back, what the hell is up with New Orleans Saints always coming to get Carolina Panthers, man? It never fails. It's like I got to have a guy on my team from Carolina to give me the insight on what they're doing. He does it every year.
I mean, you can say the same. That's
shut up.
The same thing New Orleans say about Josh. I grabbed up Joe Brady, and somebody else or something like that, and trying to. And Teddy. You got Teddy Bridgewater. You're trying to kind of mimic. I mean, that's saying it in New Orleans.
That's 1 year.
Trying to mimic what the Saints did on offense. with those type of pickups and everything what you had come to Carolina.
That was 1 year. 1 year. Well, I take that back. We also got what's my man? I was about to call him Ron Harper. What's the safety? I think Harper. I think his last name was Harper. With the gray hair. Damn, why can't I'm having a brain fart? Anyway, we took one of their safeties too. And yeah, you're right. We have. But it ain't been as much as they do us. It ain't as much as they do us. It's like every year they bring in one of our guys, man. I'm like, dang, man. What's up, Aaron Chase Jr.? What's up, MLB Joey? What's going on, man? Roman Harper. There you go, Kendall Francis. Appreciate it. I'm over here talking about Ron Harper. I'm like, dang, I know it ain't no Ron Harper. He ain't played for the Bulls.
Ron Harper played for the New York Knicks.
And the Bulls. You think about Alvin Harper with the big old nose that played for the Knicks.
There was Ron Harper that played too, but he played basketball.
Yeah, but he played for the Bulls. I don't know. He may have played with the Knicks. I know Ron Harper was a beast before his.
There was two Harpers, one on the Bulls, one on the Knicks.
The Knicks had the big nose. I think his name was Alvin Harper. But yeah, man. But I don't. Dang, hold up. So what is Keon on this? He's a strong safety, right?
Yeah.
So what is up? Are we going strictly after strong safeties? Because Keanu
well, I don't know how good he is now, but I know when he was coming out, I think when he came out of Florida, I mean, he had range and flexibility to play both, but he was known for being a hitter. So, they said he was going to be a better strong safety than free.
Right.
So he has positional flexibility.
Right. Well, DJ, you and I had a conversation about receivers, and it's kind of, I'm going to go to this because Christian McCaffrey, Madden 20, made a comment about Curtis Samuel. So I want us to kind of touch on a little bit on the receivers, because you and I had a conversation about Chris Godwin, and should he come out, or if this is going to be a really good year for wide receivers, especially with COVID and this and that, about them making a lot of money. And we kind of felt like this was not going to be a good year for them. And it looks like there are guys out there. Yeah, you're right, Kendall. We did get Jake Delhomme and Sam Mills from the Saints. You're right. Yeah, we've been doing it. Hey, man, quit throwing it out there, man. Sean Payton wasn't there when we were doing it. We got Sam Mills. But yeah, you're right. But back to the wide receivers. Because there's Galladay still out there. There's still, in my opinion, not a number one receiver. And Juju. There's Curtis Samuel. There's a lot of receivers that are still out there that haven't been signed. There's A.J. Green. There's T.Y. Hilton. Sammy Watkins. What's my man name? Will Fuller herself. There's still Antonio Brown, Zay Jones. There's a lot of receivers that are still out there. Rashad Higgins that haven't been paid or haven't gotten a contract. So what are your thoughts about that? Because DJ, you mentioned something to me, and I kind of want you to piggyback on it about how the wide receiver position is overvalued. And we talked about this, and these young receivers are coming into the league balling. So what do you think the market is for them? You think they're going to have to come down on some of their prices and what they're expecting?
I think so. I mean, look, this ain't the NBA, right? I mean, flashiness and all that stuff. Yeah, usually, like you said, back in the day, for the most part, wide receivers get paid. But I mean, just listen to the names you just named off. I mean, seriously, what receiver did you just name really gets you excited to pay them big money?
Facts. Not one.
What I'm saying? So, not really out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's the top one? I think Chris Godwin and what's his name, Allen Robinson were the top two. Go on.
Yeah,
Now you got a bunch of mid-level wide receivers.
Yeah, and Nelson Aguilar got a big contract. To be honest, I like him, but I was like, dang.
But he brought a skill set that not many receivers had. And he also just came off of, he came off a good season.
Yeah, he had a good season with the Raiders.
Yeah. So I mean, he can carve out a different type of role than a lot of the receivers that we're talking about right now.
Facts.
So, with his speed and ability, he has a little bit more. Everybody else is telling you, I'd be shocked if anybody gets more than, maybe I'm low ball. I wouldn't pay no more than $10 million, hell, $9 for what's on the market right now. Especially when you have Jamar Chase and players still come into the league, and like you said last year with Clay, what's his name? Clay, whatever, from Pittsburgh getting drafted, third or fourth? I mean, come on, man. Like,
and Jefferson.
I'm not paying big money for any motherfucker coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's in the free agent right now. What?
Yeah, these cats coming into the league and like instantly making on rookie deals, instantly making big time plays and ready. Like they're ready. So you don't have to go out here and spend 15 to $20 million on a receiver and think you're going to just win football games because you gave them 15 to $20 million. It's not that kind of league anymore. Unless you're just
that, Mike, we're just coming off of COVID.
Right.
So that's not going to help anybody make more money.
That's real. That's real. Because, I mean, I can go through these receivers. Emmanuel Sanders signed, I know he's older, signed a 1-year deal, $6 million. Marvin Jones signed a 2-year deal. Marvin Jones is a pretty good receiver, wouldn't you say? From Detroit. I think he's solid, very good. Made for 2 years, $14 million. $14.5 million, a little over $7 million a year. You got Aguilar, like I said, he's making $11 million a year. And then you have Corey Davis that's at $12.5 million average per year. So these receivers aren't coming out making what they used to make. So Juju gonna have to be stuck somewhere. AJ Green is old. He gonna have to be, take a pay cut. Stop it. I knew it. Stephon Gilmore. Thank you, Josh Bye. Stephon Gilmore has been traded to the Washington football team. And why wouldn't he want to be traded to Ron Rivera? Ron Rivera getting that defense right. Hey, man. Quit. Hey, didn't I tell you who's my favorite to win that division? Even after the Dak signing and all the Giants getting better on defense and all that? Washington football team, man. Washington football team. Absolutely. So they can talk all they want to about Dak this and Dak that and Dak this. Nah, Because this defense right now, Washington putting together, because they just brought in another safety. I think it's Will Jackson, another DB from Cincinnati. Man.
I mean, they got Fitzpatrick now.
Right. That's cap. He ain't go for real. Oh man. I said, let me check. Thank you, thank you, Kendall Francis. Let me check. Let me put this down. I got too excited listening to people on this thing, thinking y'all knew what y'all talking. Now, I ain't saying it didn't happen, but I ain't seen nothing yet.
See what?
Stephon Gilmore. I would have got a big alert, and I ain't seen it. Yeah, I don't see nothing either, man. You capping, man. Come on with that, man. We don't play them games. You must be a Washington football team fan.
film before a trade. Yeah, I like that shit.
Yeah, man. This thing will be blowing up right now, and it ain't. Nope. Oh, so it's saying here, it's a lot of stuff. Mike Brocker to the Lions. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything either about no, what you call it, elbow call. Man, he can kiss my. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, right. Yeah, nah. So wait a minute. So the Rams trading Brockers to the Lions. So what's up with the Lions and daggone Rams, man? They got a great relationship. They just gonna work together to make each other better or something.
Where that coach come from?
Where did what come from?
Where did that coach come from again?
Oh,
Dan Campbell, right?
I don't know. Mm. All right, so it says Watson. This is what I'm being told. The team he wants to go are in the AFC, and the Texans smartly don't want him in the conference. He prefers San Francisco in the NFC, from what I'm hearing. But he won't oppose a trade to Carolina. So it looks like the Jets, the Dolphins, the 49ers, and then it looks like we kind of at the bottom behind them. Mm. Shout out Cam Devane. I mean, did I say that right? Yeah. Wow. And the Lions also signed Jamal Williams from Green Bay. Lions making some moves. So what are your thoughts, DJ, before we wrap this up with Carolina, man, I don't know if you mentioned it, but I kind of want you to give your insight, man. What are your thoughts on Carolina not being so aggressive right now in the legal tampering period?
Yeah, kind of already said it. Who's saying they're not? I mean, right now, there's a lot of players that have been released that have the ability to kind of go where they want to go, or listen to multiple deals. It's not obviously like the free agent agency, which starts tomorrow. But I kind of said it. I just think right now, many of those players that have been released that are out there are just rather go to another place right now. I mean, I honestly think that's really what's going on. And also, it might be one of those things that Rule still sits back. We don't know exactly how Rule wants to build this thing yet because Deshaun Watson trigger has not been pulled. No big, trades or anything has been pulled right now. It still could be a part that he might just be like, yo, I'm going to build this shit my way, which is going to be through the draft. That could easily still be Matt Rule's plan. I hear you guys, and I come into y'all. Obviously, I'm still part of the NFC South with the NFL, and I listen to the Saints. I'm still all over the place with this. Y'all it's still a feeling that Matt Rule wants to build this thing. You guys might want him to do this. I hear C-Dog, it's the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, he might still be like, this is my shit. I'm going to do this my way. I'm used to having 3-star athletes and turn them into NFL caliber players. And it's like you said, we always talk about how ignorant and fucking how much ego coaches got.
Yeah.
That's what made Matt Rule's name, is doing stuff like that. Who's to say he's gonna not want it? That's what his whole plan, right? He's saying that man might be not. We're gonna find out tomorrow, or next upcoming days. This man might be knee deep in the draft and looking at players that possibly could be unsigned players to fill this roster next year.
Yeah.
And build that nucleus with the young talent, the type of leadership, and get those players to still homegrown leaders on the team. That can easily still be Matt Rule's plan. Yeah, I might not like it. Some of the fans are going to hate it. But that's why you signed him to that long-ass contract.
D, that's a lot of facts there, man. And this guy was at the Senior Bowl. So he was able to see a lot of these players that a lot of these other coaches weren't able to see because of no combine, the limited pro day workouts that you can attend, all of that. So it's interesting. That's a very interesting point. And you also got to understand this guy came from college and he recruited a lot of these guys coming out. And so he feels like, hey, I didn't get a chance to get them. Maybe I can get my hands on them now and really do some things. That could be his MO too. Building through the draft.
It easily can be, like you kind of said, Mike. That could easily be his next 2-year plan, is picking players that he has a lot of history on from when he was coaching college that are going to be coming into the draft these next upcoming years, because that's where he just came from. He understands those players a lot more than he does.
That's true.
Probably players come out to free agents.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Like I said, y'all not going to like it. I'm telling you, I watched the same thing with Greg Schiano. Not comparing Matt Rule to Greg Schiano, but Greg Schiano did a lot of the same shit. Either he was in the draft, or because he had a strong connection with Belichick, he was getting Belichick fucking hand-me down that weren't ish really coming over to us. That's basically all he was doing.
That's real, man.
It is what it is.
Ain't that's real. So, Panther Nation, with that being said, man, don't get your panties in a bunch. Tomorrow.
That shit gonna suck.
well, don't get super upset tomorrow when you're not seeing a lot of these deals that a lot of these other teams are really making happen. Don't get upset, man. We got Scott Fitterer has already told us he's going to be patient. He's going to wait a few days or however long after to kind of see who falls through the cracks and then make his move. And hopefully he can get him for a better value. So that looks like the approach. Cam Devane, you said I really don't, he really doesn't like, it looks like that signing for left tackle Cam, I don't know who that is. Cam Sims? Is that for, I guess you're talking about Sam Erving? Yeah. I like him. I watched some tape on him, actually a couple games, especially that Philadelphia Eagles game, and I thought their defensive line was pretty good. And he held his own. I mean, he didn't get beat. He was doing his thing, especially in pass protection. Run block was suspect. I see some issues that needs to be worked out. And like I mentioned before, he was a center. I think it was like second team All-American when he played for Florida State with Jameis Winston as his quarterback. So, I don't know. I like him, man. For $4 million a year, I'll take it. But yeah, man, we're going to wrap this up, DJ, man. Appreciate your call. I'm going to hit you up after this show, though. I'll meet you up for a minute before I lay it down, man. But it's been good, y'all. We've been going on for about an hour and 40 minutes, man. Almost 2 hours, man. Thank y'all for rocking. Thank y'all for going in. It's been a while, especially for me. Normally I don't be on this type of hiatus, but hey, it's been a while. Things been happening. Y'all will see. Y'all will definitely see coming up what DJ and I have been doing. And it's grown man stuff. It's stuff we got to handle, but y'all see. You'll see. Just put it that way. But anyway, man, thank y'all again. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing, man. It don't cost you nothing to hit the like button or that notification bell and that subscription button, man. Nothing at all, man. It lets you know when we getting up most of the time. Sometimes YouTube is tripping and it won't give you the notifications, but that like button helps out a lot, man. It lets people know that we in this thing doing it. So thank y'all for the ones that have done it and those that haven't. Before you exit, make sure you hit it. And shoot, man. We out.